Hey everybody, big welcome back. And if you've been following along with my 1975 MG Midget Rebuild, I guess I got to share some news with you. We're going to have to change things up a bit. And unfortunately, like originally the idea was I was going to redo this midget and at some point try to, get it all painted. And I hate the rubber bumpers. So I was going to do a bunch of body work, but then I was like, oh, forget it. I would never get that done by spring, so I was just going to paint it. And now, ultimately, I just came to the decision to, sometimes you got to be realistic with what it is you want and the time you've got and that. And, it's winter, so I've only got a couple months left. So I went out and I bought a set of bumpers. What? Yeah, I'm super excited. They're not perfect by any means, but, legit, I'll tell you what I paid in a minute. But I am very excited. So this is the front bumper, which basically I'm gonna have to make mounts because they're supposed to come out of these holes and come to here. So I have to figure something out for that, but ultimately it goes on there like that, and it's kind of hard to hold the camera and the thing at the same time, but anyway, I'm gonna do that. And then I've got the back bumper. Now the back bumper's got a bit of a dent in it, but I think I can bash that out. It doesn't look like it's the end of the world. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do for that. Anyway, I think I can fix that. Just putting a block of wood on it and giving it a tap. And then of course they need a clean up. Get some good cleaner in there. And then, so we got those. And then the other thing was over here. I had bought this grill set because when you switch from rubber bumper, you've got to get the grill. So I bought this grill set for 80 bucks, but it was missing one part. So there's the grill, and it was, the right, the left, and the bottom. But it was missing this piece. So the fellow I found to buy the parts off, he has a lot of parts. And anyway, that goes on there. Obviously it's got to get all screwed on and everything so that it'll fit in with the rest of the grill, hopefully. Anyway, it should. And then that's not all. Some of you may remember that the temperature gauge doesn't work. I talked about that before. And last week I made a deal with a guy to buy one for 100 bucks because it's the combo oil temp gauge. And anyway, he ended up messaging me telling me he sold it. So this guy, sorry, let me just bring it out here, had one. He tested it. I didn't verify it worked, but the guy seemed like a pretty trustworthy guy and his prices were reasonable. So he hooked me one up. Needs to be polished up and everything, but he tested it, said it was working. I'll take his word for it. And yeah, then I got some other news. Hold on a sec, let me go get my other news. And here's the other news, which is that I decided to go and buy this fancy shit here, like a 2-part high build primer. Because ultimately I was using stuff in a can, in a rattle can, which cost me like $15 a can. And it does okay, but it's not really high build. It goes on pretty thin. I'll show you here, because I don't think I've done a video since I was working on this. I basically just come out every now and then, putter a bit. But I wasn't too happy with the thickness, for what you get in a can. So I bought that, and I bought a gun. I think the gun is up in my bedroom though. But yeah, this is what I've been using up until this point. And it's pretty good, but ultimately that stuff was 200 bucks, which is the price of whatever, 15 cans or something with tax. So I just figured, whatever, might as well just buy the good stuff. And that gallon should, because that'll work out to almost a gallon and a half or whatever. So it should be good. Now, what else was I going to discuss? Oh, here, when this goes on, there's a couple things here, problems with this. I was going to show you guys. And sorry if it's not an exciting video. I'm not really getting any work done. I'm just showing you. The bumper only came with one mount, so I was missing the other one, but that's here, so I've got somewhere to mount it. By the looks of it, I just got to get a piece of metal, take this off, and kind of trace it out and just bend a piece to match. And it looks like this bolt hole here goes through this, and then this one gets filled. Unfortunately, it's got this bump up here. Sorry, lift the camera. So I've got to decide. I might like cut this out and then put a bit of metal in there. And I'm not too worried about this because this has kind of got like a contour to it for the crappy bumpers. But I was thinking about cutting this section out and just trying to weld in some metal and try to smooth it out because it would look a lot better. And then the other problem is these, because on a bumpered car, this is filled in right here. And obviously I don't have that, so I'm open to suggestion, but basically what I watched online more or less was crafters foam, or sorry, floral foam. You take that and you cut it kind of roughly to the shape you want, but a little bit smaller, and then people fiberglass it. So as long as you get your two pieces to match, to do it, and then like it's mostly hidden by the bumper anyway, so even if it's not 100% perfect, the bumper covers. Let me show you here once I get this up. Like the bumper, oh, it's hard to do because the bumper and my freaking tailpipe comes right out where the bumper mount should go, so I'm gonna have to drop the exhaust to do this. But anyway, you get the idea. The bumper, once it's on properly, will cover probably up to like there. So really the only visible part is in here. So I think I can do it. I think I can make that look okay. And yeah, just got to get that little dent out. But to me, it's not the end of the world for what I paid. You know what I mean? $200 for all those parts. It was a steal of a deal. And I think I've decided for now, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the roof. I was hoping that it's not somehow part of our Ministry of Transportation safety. I don't imagine it is because Shelby Cobras don't have a roof. So, and this is basically a Shelby Cobra. It's like between a Cobra and a Porsche. You know what I mean? Like, probably not. But, yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me. I decided I'm going to peel the fenders back off and order this part right here because it's got a dent in it. And then once I've 100% established that I can get these bumpers on properly, that's when I've got to get in here and cut these off. But you wouldn't dare do something like that until 100% this is figured out, which I'm sure I'll be figuring it out, but that what if just in case scenario. And yeah, I'm not a fan of these rubber ones at all. I think they're hideous looking and they're freaking heavy. So like this thing probably weighs, oh, probably 75 pounds, 60 pounds, I don't know, whatever it is, more than I want on there. So I need this little speed demon to do a weight reduction, whatever we can. But, yeah, trying to think what else I can update you guys on. Not a lot. I tried to take this door off. I really wanted to take the doors off for the rebuild here. But I'm having a problem right in here. Like the very first screw I tried, which was right down here, broke. So like the whole head of it, and that was like with a legit thing. You can see that there's still some holes in here. I'm not going for perfection, so in here I'm pretty much just gonna wire brush it the best I can and then put a little fiberglass in there. It's got metal on the inside anyway. And I still got to fix that hole in the floor. I'm going to cut that out and fix that as well. So sorry for the crappy update, I guess, but ultimately the garage has been cold and I hate working in the cold, so I grabbed a heater. I've got 2 heaters in here now so that I can do that, but unfortunately it does blow the breakers if I try using power tools and the heater, so I gotta like heat the garage up and then do it. While we're here, let's do a cold start. Let's see if she'll fire up. Come on. Good enough. That's a good girl. What's this, the brake light test? Yep. What it needs is a good run around the block or something. In an effort not to die, let's go ahead and kill that. And remember to shut the key all the way off, because if I don't, it seems to drain the battery. And yeah, that's where we're at. Really, I just wanted to let you guys know that the project continues. I haven't like filmed really doing any body work, although I guess I should probably do a little bit. Why not, right? Get some content on the car. It also gives me something to look back at. I'll be taking the hood off and the fenders, everything, because I decided that when I paint this, what I'll probably do is in the spring when it's nice enough out, I will have the fenders, the hood, the trunk. I was hoping the doors, everything I can get off and paint independently. I think I'd rather paint off the car just so I can get a bit more thorough, like, you know, in the cracks and stuff like that. Obviously, I know you don't really have to. Also, I'm going to be removing the windshield. I watched YouTube because I didn't know how to do it. So, I'll show you guys. I don't know. I could always make a video, but who knows? I may. But ultimately, up in here are 2 bolts right there. 2 more on that side. And then these 2 here. That takes that off. Hopefully I'm not covering the mic on my cell phone while I'm doing this. You guys can hear me okay. Oh, yeah, good luck closing the door when you've taken off all the door hardware. It's trying to smooth down in here a bit, get it all nice. And yeah, I think the hybrid primer is where it's at. So maybe I'll do a video one of these nights doing some of the body. Although most of the actual body work, like, you know, rust and stuff, was already taken care of with when I did the rockers, because that's where the majority of it was. And then I changed the fenders. Remember, the fenders were messed up. So, I mean, I've got some gouges and stuff here that need care. A little bit of surface rust here. And I got to strip all this stuff off from the chrome trim. I won't be putting the trim back on. And I got to get the bolt that had fallen in. The bolt for this was on the inside anyway. It had fallen down in here. So I kind of had to take the fender off to get that out. But that's kind of the update, guys. Sorry, I got a hiccup there while I'm talking. But that's the update. I know it's nothing spectacular, but I'm really excited to have the bumpers, especially, and the temp gauge. Because I feel in an old car, a temp gauge is pretty important. So that'll pretty much wrap it up. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. I'll try to make some videos. Maybe I'll do the windshield removal and try again on the doors or something. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get that door out though now. Yeah, I don't know. If you got any suggestions, throw it in the comments below and maybe we can figure something out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. And hopefully you've enjoyed this somewhat, and we'll follow along on the build. Bye.